Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to define Constitution, list important aspects of Constitution, define secularism, define separation of power, list various fundamental rights, define federalism.
The Indian Constitution.
Indian Constitution. The Constitution of a country lays out specific beliefs that frame the basis of the kind of country its citizens wish to live in. Constitution tells about the fundamental nature of the society we live in. The Constitution incorporates the set of rules and principles that all the citizens of the country have to follow and agree upon as the basis of which they want the country to be governed. In 1990, when Nepal was a monarchy, it reflected the final authority rested with the king. After transition of Nepal into a democracy, it started the process of writing a new constitution for the country. The leaders exercise their power responsibly on the behalf of the people in a democracy. In democratic societies, the Constitution formulates rules that guard against the misuse of authority by our political leaders. The Constitution makes sure that a dominant group does not use its power against any person, group, organization, etc. It prevents tyranny or domination by the majority on a minority. The Constitution provides protection against certain decisions that we take and which have an adverse effect on the larger principles that the country follows. Features of Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution key feature. The Indian national movement was active in the struggle for independence from British rule for numerous decades. Federalism. Federalism is defined as the existence of more than one level of government in the country. Example, India. Parliamentary form of government. The Constitution of India guarantees universal adult suffrage for all citizens. This means people have a direct role in electing their representatives. Separation of powers. There are three organs of the states. A. The legislature. B. The executive. And C. The judiciary. The legislature is defined as the body of elected people that have power to make laws. Example, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The executive is defined as a small group of people who are responsible for implementing laws and running the government. Example, President of the country, Vice President. The judiciary is defined as the system of courts in the country. Example, Supreme Court of India. Federalism. Federalism. Federalism is defined as the presence of more than one level of government in the country. Example, in India, government is divided into first level at center, second level, state level, third level, Panchayati Raj. Why India adopted federalism? Makers of the Constitution adopted the federal system of government due to two reasons. One, the large size of the country. Two, regional and linguistic diversity. India is a vast country. It needed a system to be devised in which the states could be given autonomy to carry on their function. Because of the vast diversity in India, the one sitting at center could not address the problems of the people of different states. It was felt that local people know their problems the best. So, power should be divided between center and state. Features of Indian federalism. The Constitution of India contains records that detail the issues that each level of government can make laws on. The Constitution indicates where each level of government get the cash for the work it does. The states are not only operators of the central government, rather draw their power from the Constitution also. Parliamentary form of government. The citizens of India have an immediate part in choosing their representatives. Each and every citizen of the nation, independent of his or her social foundation, can challenge in election. The representatives are responsible or accountable to the citizens. Separation of powers. According to the Constitution of India, there are three organs of the state in which the power is divided, namely the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The Constitution of India says that each of these organs should exercise different powers in order to prevent misuse of powers by any one branch of the state. The Constitution makes sure that a balance of power is maintained between the legislature, the executives, and the judiciary. The word state refers to the sovereign people who occupy a definite country. Government is defined as the leaders who are elected to represent the people of state and who govern the people of the state. The main function of the government is the administration and enforcement of laws. The government changes with elections. Organs of the government. Legislature refers to the elected representatives who make the laws. The executive branch of government is the one that has complete authority and responsibility of implementing the laws and running the daily administration of the government. The judiciary refers to the court system in the country. Each organ enjoys different powers, but each of them depends on each other for better functioning of the government. Fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are referred to as the conscience of Indian Constitution. Fundamental rights protect citizens against the arbitrary and absolute exercise of power by the state. The Constitution guarantees the rights of individuals against the state as well as against other individuals. There are 6 fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution, which are: 1. Right to equality. All persons shall be equally protected by the laws of the country and are equal before the law. It also states that no citizen can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, caste, or sex. Every person has access to all public places, including playgrounds, hotels, shops, etc. 2. Right to freedom. In this, every person has the right to freedom of speech and expression, right to form and practice any profession, occupation, or business, right to move freely and reside in any part of the country. 3. Right against exploitation. Our Constitution prohibits human trafficking, forced labor, and employment of children under 14 years of age. 4. Right to freedom of religion. Every individual has the right to practice, profess, and propagate the religion of their choice. 5. Cultural and educational rights. The Constitution states that all minorities, religious or linguistic, can set up their own educational institutions in order to preserve and develop their own culture. 6. Right to constitutional remedies. This allows citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated by secularism. A secular state is defined as the one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the state religion. Example: India is a secular country. The manner in which a country's history determines the kind of constitution that a country adopts for itself. The Constitution plays an important role in highlighting the ideals that we would like all citizens of the country to stick to, including the representatives that we elect to rule us. Example: in the game of football, a change of constitutive rules will affect the game similarly. The Indian Constitution has been amended over the years to reflect new concerns of the Indian politics. A change in the Constitution means a change in the fundamental nature of the country. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. A constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country agree upon. Existence of more than one level of government is known as federalism. There are 3 origins of state. These are legislative, executive, and judiciary. A secular state is one in which the state does not promote any religion.